A very good evening, dear viewers. Once again, good evening, big money billiards. And now, without a shadow of a doubt, Ibrahim Sejjemba and Ibrahim Kayanja, the Ibras, are two of Uganda's best players, all very good, talented, but differently talented in terms of playing style, in terms of personal lifestyle, also in terms of size. They are facing off in the first round. It is the last match of action in round number 1 of the ongoing Dice Lounge CRE'ME de la CRE'ME annual championship. The race is 11 and the prize for the victory is a position in the quarterfinals, which are happening, by the way, tomorrow. And whoever wins will be taking on the Bola Simon, the computer. For now, 4 frames have been played. Ibrahim Kayanja has won 1. Ibrahim Sejjemba has won 3. But Ibrahim Sejjemba is starting with -1. He lost 1 frame, courtesy of walkover countdown, because he came about 7 minutes late. He has won 3 frames since then. That is why he is now leading 3-2. More details about the game are coming, and more commentary up shortly. Now, Ibrahim Kayanja is ranked currently number 4. He's also formerly ranked number 1 by the Police Station of Uganda after winning the Grand Open Championship of the association in 2022 tournament that was organized at Winners Pub in Seta. He came to the limelight during COVID. He's the player who benefited mostly from the COVID breakdown when most of the players were not so much active. He was training well, and he had his manager. He was called El Majid Naluja, and Naluja decided to invite most of Ugandan players in many matches against then his good player Kayanja Ibrahim. He played many matches against, I remember Habib, I remember against Computer, I remember against Sejjemba Geoffrey, and other players. Some of them top players, some of them not so much. He did beat Sebogozi Habib thrice. He did win twice against Geoffrey Sejjemba. He lost against Computer and won another match later on. These are performances that got the national team technical committee to get to be tempted to invite him for selection trials when the national team was preparing for the All Africa Pool Championships in Lusaka later that year, 2022. So he passed the qualification trials with flying colors, and he was part of the Ghana team that came third in the All Africa Pool Championships that year. But he impressed more than most as he reached the semi-finals of the singles event tournament that was won by South Africa's Aiden Joseph. Yes, he was the best performing Ugandan in that event. Since then, he has not looked back. On return to the country, he later that year also came second in the league in terms of top scorers, and you factor in the final finish in the Grand Open Championship tournament that, by the way, I said he won it. No, he did not. He came second to Kenneth Odong, and you also factor in his semi-final finish in the All Africa Pool Championships. He got more ranking points than any other player, and in 2023 he was ranked number 1 for Uganda for the first and only time up to present date. Since then, he has come to win one other big event, that is the end of year championship that he won just under 1 month ago, just around 1 month ago in Kansanga at Lamorba. He did beat Zambia's Kelvin Fikoti in the final, which is the biggest day of his career so far, not considering the time he reached the semi-finals of the All Africa Pool Championships in 2022. He now plays for Scrap Buyers Pool Club, and he's now ranked 4th by the Pool Association of Uganda, and is the leading scorer in the ongoing Pool Association of Uganda Nile Special National Pool League. His opponent, Ibrahim Sejjemba, is second, but is the one that is leading in the break and finish table. He has already broken, if I'm not mistaken, 9 apples in. He's about to break the national record, by the way, because the highest number of apples ever to be scored in the league in one season, I think, was 10 by Bonik Mansour way back, I think around 2016, if not 17, when he played with Sika I Pool Club. But Ibrahim Sejjemba, one of those boys who came up very early as a young boy, but a very mature player. Around 2014, he was barely permitted to play in the Pro League because he was too young. And yes, the league was sponsored by a beverage company, Pilsner Lager. He has played with the Capital Night Pool Club and the Mtinda Giants Pool Club and Mbale Pool Club. Now a player with Roxbury Pool Club. For the last 3 pool teams with which he's been participant, he has won the Uganda Pool League with all. That is with the Capital Night, with Mtinda Giants, as well as with Mbale. And he's the only player to have won the National Pool League the last 3 years that it has been in existence, and also once as top scorer and once as most valuable player of the Pool League. He has won 2 tournaments of the Pool Association of Uganda, IBRA. That is the Christmas Cup Championship in 2016. He could barely reach the table. He was very young, as well as the end of year championship in 2022, just after returning to Uganda after a semi-professional stint with Sharks Pool Club in the Zambian Pro League. He has won a multitude of competitions, Ibra, outside of the Pro Association of Uganda tournaments, countless. A few weekly comps in Zambia, single venue tournaments in Uganda, like double elimination comps in Upper Volta back-to-back, as well as double elimination comps in he played billiards also back-to-back, the Mango Open, the Entebbe Open, the Albanakede Open, amongst others. He's now a player with Roxbury. Not only is he their leading shooter, he's also the team captain. He gets to take on Ibrahim Kayanja, I think, for the 3rd time in the space of less than a month. And each of them has beaten the other once in the last 2. The first one in the last month has been the end of year championship of the Pool Association of Uganda in the district of Kampala at Lamorba tournament that was won by Ibra Kayanja. Of course, he won against Ibrahim Sejjemba in the quarterfinals before beating Caesars in the semis and Kelvin in the final. Then they met off in these 2 in the beginning of year comp at KV Pool Arena in the district of Masaka. This time Ibrahim Sejjemba winning, and by decider they get to meet off, maybe to have their decider in the action that has been happening between themselves in the last space of 1 month. As Ibrahim Kayanja finishes frame number 7, he is down 4-3. Once again, Ibrahim Sejjemba 4 and Ibrahim Kayanja 3. Race to 11 for a place in the quarterfinals to take on Rivalry Simon, the computer, tomorrow. So if Ibrahim Kayanja is to lose this match, it will be one of the more painful ones because he started on a walk-over countdown. Sometimes it really hurts when someone comes back and then beats you, even if you are given some kind of imaginary head start. This morning, facing under started with 2 frames up against Victoria Namyanja. Unfortunately, ladies are racing only to 7. The +2 was a little bit too much. Indeed, Vicky in the end was outplayed. Final score, she could only win, I think, 3 frames, and the final score was 7-3. After this one, we are starting tomorrow morning with the first ladies semi-final at 11. No, at 11 a.m. East African time, it will be Dog City versus Ian Kazibwe. And then after that one, it will be Rokia versus Anka Sheila in the ladies semi-finals, followed by the second ladies semi-final between Amina Faith Nganda and Motesi Rashida. And then at 5 p.m., the winner of this match shall be taking on the Bolosai on the computer. And at night, at just around 7:30 p.m. tomorrow evening, Moses Omara and Caesar Chandiga. Then whoever will be qualifying from tomorrow's round of action, there will be 3 men that will be joining Kenneth Odong, who has qualified for the semi-finals after getting a bye through the quarterfinal. His would-be opponent was Hazard, who has since then been disqualified from the tournament, together with Paul Kalima. And I can tell you that the Dice Lounge management are very unhappy with Paul Kalima, who is busy on his knees, by the way, apologizing. He had gotten dismissed from the Dice family and also from entry into the Dice Lounge. That is how serious his boss has taken the case. These players must be sportsmen. They must take their talents and their careers very seriously. It makes no sense for you people to load the data bundles and invest your time watching them and wishing them well, and then someone just does something as foolish as did Kalema Paul. On a very sad note, another dark day in Ugandan pool as another young player, Muhammad Lutu, has gone to be with the Lord. He has succumbed at Chirudu Hospital, where his body still is, from multiple organ failure. I did visit him on Sunday. I've also been in contact with his family. His pancreas, his liver, his lungs, as well as his kidneys all had masses in them. and by yesterday afternoon he was failing to eat anything at all. After this afternoon, he was only eating through tubes, being fed through tubes, and by evening, about 2 hours ago, so slightly more than maybe 3 hours ago, he breathed his last at Kirudu Hospital. He was a friend of both of these players. He was a friend of the Ugandan Paul family. May the Almighty Lord comfort his family. Ibrahim Kayanja 4 and Ibrahim Sejjemba 5. Someone is asking on Facebook that was there evidence of Hazard's involvement. Okay, Hazard is not being punished for anything, but in the sporting spirit of the game, he was beaten. It's just that the opponent decided not to do the obvious. It is the opponent that has been punished by being exited from the competition, and he's probably being dismissed from the Dice Lounge, and also being dismissed from the Dice Lounge management, the Dice family. That is the information I have for now, but I'm seeing him apologizing to his bosses. I don't know how successful the apology will be. The boss, I've had him speak. They've had a management meeting And while I was not part of the meeting because I'm not part of management, I heard them say that Hazard has no offense in this. So they are deciding to punish Kalima Paul by dismissing him. The fact that he's being disqualified from the tournament is only like the immediate punishment, but then there is, yeah, some people are tough. That's it. Leonard Kazembe, thank you for watching on Facebook. John Bosco, you are saying Hazard did no wrong? Oh, yes, in my opinion, yes, did no wrong. Yeah? Ayla Ivan is asking if Caesar is still there. Yes, he is. Like I advised, tomorrow, the first match that will be live at 11 a.m. East African time shall be Rokia Naiga versus Anka Sheila, and thereafter we shall have Rashid Wagaba versus Ian Kazivu, and then Rashida Motesi versus Amina Faith Nganda, and then Revola Simon versus the winner of this match, and finally Moses Omara versus the winner, versus Caesar Chandiga. That is tomorrow. After that chance being given to Ibrahim Sejjemba, the guy really knows how to utilize such chances. Something that has seen him grow from grass to grace, nowadays being one of the most feared players on the entire African continent. Although you, in the comment section, some of you do not want to agree, the players themselves do. If he needs to have a money match in Uganda, in East Africa, and in most places on the entire continent, he will struggle to get one. And how he's finishing frame number 10 is some kind of testament to that. The rest is 11, not yet even half the way there. I just think that now Ibrahim Sejjemba is favorite because he's about to lead 6-4, which would actually be 6-3 because one of the frames Kayanja is having is courtesy over an imaginary head start by walkover countdown. The first frame he won, frame number 10, is won by the killer Ibrahim Sejjemba 6 and Ibrahim Kayanja 4. Simeon Chavola, you're asking if Gente from Malawi is here. No, this tournament is purely Ugandan. It's called CRE'ME de la CRE'ME competition. Simeon Chavola, I think you're Malawian. It is normally organized at the start of each year for the players that Dice Lounge considers the best of the best in Uganda. This time there was also participation of one Zambia, Moses Mofia, but he was beaten in the first round by Moses Omara. There's also participation of 8 ladies who are also best of the best. But of course, best of the best in Uganda, when it is ladies, is pretty much some of the best that the continent of Africa has got to offer. All of them. Tomorrow they'll be playing semi-finals. A 3-minute time break. Ibrahim Sejjemba 6, Ibrahim Kayanja 4. Personally, I have a feeling that it is a very good time for Ibrahim Kayanja to take on Sejjemba. He is a guy oozing with form, and yet he already has quality. The only setback in his form is the 3 money matches where Kelvin was able to beat him in the rematches. By the way, let me tell you people this. The person that Kelvin has played with the most amount of times in Kelvin's advent in Uganda has been this guy Ibrahim Kayanja. In total, they've played 11 matches. When you combine money matches and tournament matches combined, Kelvin has won 5 times and Ibrahim Kayanja 6. So I personally don't really get it when most of you have been making fun of him when he has been losing to Kelvin in those rematches. The thing is that they've played 6 money matches, Kelvin winning thrice and Ibrahim Kayanja thrice, only that Kelvin has been taking the lion's share of the money. In each of the times they were playing for little money, then the following day Kelvin raises the stake and he wins. Then they did it the second time, he lost the first match and then won the rematch, and then also the third time. But the number of times combined total, it was 11 matches, Kelvin winning 5 and this guy winning 6. And in the space of the last 1 month, he has also been able to defeat people like Caesar, like Ibrahim Sejjemba himself, Joseph Kasozi, amongst other players. He did win a big tournament and was in the prize bracket so many other times. He was a very form player, maybe the second most on-form player in the last month after Caesar. But he now is the second most on-form player out of 2 in this ongoing match, because now he pulls one back and makes it possible that he could pull this one off. You never know, because now he is playing pretty much like himself. Ibrahim Kayanja in the Battle of Ibras is on 5 and Ibrahim Sejjemba is on 6. Maweje Peter, you are watching on Facebook, you are asking what match fixing is. Okay, in sport, the only thing, I will start with an explanation. The only thing that why sports is alive is that everybody plays to win. Match fixing is playing not to win. Simple. When you play to lose, that means you fix the outcome of the match, because you always try to win. But when you play to lose, that means you're calm knowing that you will lose anyway. You've fixed the outcome of the match even before it is played. So that is what Paul Kalima was accused of by management, and yes, it is true. In football, it does happen when there are things like betting. Then they choose sometimes players, sometimes the referees of match fixing, when they have been bribed by a certain team to fix the results of the match to ensure that one side wins and one side loses. So it's having the results fixed, knowing the winner and loser before the match starts. That's what match fixing is. And it's the worst thing that can happen in sport. It is the equivalent of treason in daily life. Because in sport, you can punch the umpire, you can abuse a fellow player, you can fight a fellow player, you can disrespect a manager, but then you can be accommodated somehow. But when you fix the results, then there is no sport. You don't need to be accommodated. So I also pity for Kalima Paul, but match fixing is that bad. Thank you for watching Washington. While you're watching on YouTube, Comic Addict, you're asking who the man is in brown trousers cheering the little magician. He's a member of the Dice. With brown trousers, yes, he's a member of the Dice family. The Dice Lounge management. He's part of Hazard's management team. Oh, now I can try to get the chemistry in terms of club management. Hazard plays for Roxbury and Ibrahim Sejjemba plays for Roxbury. Maybe that is the connection. That's why he's having that soft spot for Ibrahim Sejjemba. Makasa Joseph, thank you for watching. You heard me saying you are here. Someone is having COVID. I was talking to Rashida. She's watching. She's having flu. She's having a cold. So I just telling her that you seem to be having COVID. I don't know how she'll be playing tomorrow if she doesn't work on her flu over the night. It's not very comfortable playing with such flu. But what a performance she did treat us to in that match against Ross in Namuri. It is the most one-sided match in the competition so far. It ended 7-1. Boy, oh boy, did she deliver some very magnificent clearances and some lovely shots. Maybe I will be sharing them tonight or tomorrow morning, most especially on TikTok. Mike Strayuji, you're asking on Facebook which Ugandan player has won more international tournaments, and Masha Abra, you want me to brief you about Kalima's match fixing CRE'ME. Okay, the player with more international tournaments, a Ugandan, is Caesar. He's won the Grand Mchana Open late last year. He won the Queen's Double Elimination Comp in Zimbabwe. He also won so many comps in Zambia when he played semi-professional pool there, including one international one. He also won an a super 8-man comp in Morocco late last year. Definitely the international winner more is Caesar, followed closely by Ibrahim Sejjemba, who won two big ones, first edition of the Grand Mchana Open as well as the Matthew Ngulube Championship in Zambia 2023 as well as 2021 respectively. For now, Ibrahim Kayanja equalizes. It is 6-6. Someone was asking about Kalema's match fixing claim, what she did. Just go back to the video. People were advising me to even delete it, but I see no reason in deleting it when it was live. Everybody was seeing, and many of you have cropped out that part, the ugly part anyway. So even if I delete the videos, you already have them. The world already has them. They are already on different Facebook pages and different TikTok accounts. I've already seen them, and everybody is speaking rightly ill of them. It was Kalema Paul. They were playing decider with Hazard, and he got the black, the simplest black, which even Francis Mkwekwe can put. And he just decided not to put it and then let the frame to be won by his opponent. It looks like something simple, but in sports it is very bad. Pius Muganga, you're watching on YouTube, you are asking if Mansour is in the tournament. No, he is not. He was included and he did not turn up. A dry break by Ibrahim Kayanja. Advantage Ibrahim Sejjemba. Chris Chola, thank you for watching. Revolutionist CG official, you think Hazard is innocent in this incident, so he should be, it should be Kalema Paul to be punished. Now, the understanding revolutionaries is that Hazard is innocent and is not being punished. But from the interpretation of management, he was beaten in sporting terms because his opponent was clearly putting the black and decided not to. So in sporting terms, when you come to think of it, he was beaten. That's why he has been disqualified. He's not having any issues with his management. He has just been disqualified from the tournament, although the official results were him winning the match. I hope you get it. It's not exactly punishment, but appreciation that in sporting terms he was beaten on the table, just like other players who have been beaten and have been exited from the tournament by being beaten on the table. It was the World B quarter finalist. Yeah, that's why he's eliminated, because he was beaten. Saguya Vincent, why are you asking why I'm talking about Francis Mkwekwe again? Because he's the player I beat. Now I cannot talk about someone I did not beat. Guys, I beat Francis. Washington White, you are saying that Kalema Paul is trending for the wrong reasons. Yes. John Samuel Mola, good evening to you. You are saying that Francis will be my victim forever and you love it. Yes, I like the part where you love it. Yes, you say I beat the guy now. He told me that when we meet again, we play rematch. He wants to rewrite history. But you know what, if we are to play rematch, he has to write a letter requesting for official rematch. It has to be official headed paper, probably headed Q pixels photography and something like that. Thereafter, I will consider whether to accept rematch or not. There's no harm in me rejecting the rematch, and then I let him deal with his defeat for another year or so. Teddy Njenga. Yeah, don't want my English where I say I beat him. Okay, I caned him, I punished him, I harassed him, I embarrassed him, I humiliated him. I bombarded him. Because David, thank you for watching. I'm now thanking you. You always watch daily. Come market Geoffrey. Also, thank you for watching. Selector Nikki, you're asking who Caesar's next opponent it will be. Okay, it will be Moses Omara. They are playing at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. Omara is the guy that beat Moses Mafia in the biggest comeback of the competition so far. 11-9 at one time. Moses Omara leads 7-1, and he lost the match even without taking it to a decider. Back to the match frame number 13, which at one time was seemingly being taken by Sejjemba Ibra. Could be there for the taking of Ibrahim Kayanja, but a tricky looking red frame, most especially considering that red ball which is right behind the yellow closest to your screen on the bottom right. Richard Ndaba Nengo Mashe asking, in Africa, who has more wins, or the African legend who has the biggest number of international tournaments? Make no doubt about this, it is the great Aiden Joseph. In terms of number of international comps, there is no debate. Edu, you're asking that the time at which the finals will be played. Finals will be played at around 7 p.m. on Friday. Tomorrow it will be men's quarterfinals and ladies semi-finals, and then on Friday we shall have the two men's semi-finals and then the men's third place match. Those are 3 matches. Then the ladies final, and then the men's final. 5 matches on Friday. If Ibrahim gets this shot right, he has a good chance. The shot is right and beautiful and accurate and perfect and very good on the eye. Look at how the white ball is still spinning around. This guy has a touch, a lovely touch, a skillful touch, one that is so good on the eye. A marvel of the pool table. And from a neutral perspective, when a player makes such a beautiful shot, you just wish he seals it off by finishing the frame. But he has to do this first. Pot that red, I know he will. White ball will have to move, I think, rightwards after bouncing off the cushion to bring it to an area where he can pot black ball either to the center pocket on the right or center pocket on the left or corner pocket on the top left. This is the shot. Not so difficult, but not so obvious. But for a player of this level, white ball seems to be moving pretty okay, but maybe the distance may be lacking. Maybe he has gotten it right. It could be the better clearances of this match so far. The reason why this tournament is a gift that always keeps on giving. Ibrahim Kayanja leads for the first time since the arrival of Ibrahim Sejjemba. Because before Ibrahim Sejjemba's arrival, it was 1-0 courtesy of walkover countdown. 7-6, the real machine up against the killer. We now give us Hello? 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 Solongandiko anka obose omulaba kuba takwata yakeerawo ku makya. Hello? Ompulira? Ompulira? Ozannya nkya ku makya ssaawa 5 naye okeerako sinti otuuka 5. Don't joke. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take your time, you know you're better. You're better. Sit right. That's You're the best. Thank you. Yeah, here for business. Make it clear. Come on, my man. You know what to do. Bring it home. Come on, my boy.
Come boy. All eyes on you. You know what? We are serious in play. Where are the seven? We are serious. We came low. Webale nnyo banna tewedda kyebisaba Mukama Katonda. Now bring it home. Just do it right. Bring it, bring it. You know why we are here? You know why we care? Bring it all, bring it big. Bring it all. I want it all. Bring it over. Now what? Now what again? Now what? The only man who killed a dead lion and he died. Oh,
Ibigambo biba byamu taapu naye nga tasobola byogera bindi. Apologies for the absence of commentary last 20 minutes. I was invited by a few members of the Dice family to listen out to Paul Kalema. He has asked for an apology from the fans. In his words, he said that Hazard introduced him to the Dice family. He brought him to Dice Lounge and introduced him to the management and asked them to admit Kalema Paul as part of their own player. So for him, in his mind, he was like, if I beat this guy who brought me to the family that has given me a lease of life, it would be betrayal. So I decided to lose the match. He says he is very sorry to the fans who were following the match because he did not know that what he was doing was breaking your hearts. Those are his words. And now back to the match. Ibrahim Sejjemba is leading 9-7 against Ibrahim Kayanja in a race to 11 for a place in the quarterfinals of the Dice Lounge CRE'ME de la CRE'ME annual competition. Frame number 17 is upon us. A very important frame, the most important one of the match so far. If Ibrahim Sejjemba wins it and makes it 10-7, you just see no way back for Ibrahim Kayanja. But if Kayanja wins, then you just never know. 5 frames to go, including this one. Of the 5, Ibrahim Kayanja needs to win 4. Ibrahim Sejjemba needs 2. It seems one of the 4 that this guy that is on queue is needing, maybe one in the next 1 minute or so. And it seems Sejjemba Ibrahim is enjoying the lion's share of the support at the venue. He did come in the car with some 3 very good fans of his and members of the Money Made team and members of the Roxbury family. One of the most sound management teams on the continent, Team Roxbury, and I know that they are watching this match from Chiwanga. But they are not happy with the proceedings. As long as Ibrahim Kayanja pulls one back, it will be game on again. The real machine is back in business, 9-8. And that's why you see he's getting tipped by a fond fan. 9-8, he now needs 3, while Ibrahim Sejjemba needs 2 out of 4. Felix Madzinkana, I'm sorry, you're thinking that You're watching on Facebook, you think the match between Caesar and Glorious was the final yesterday. No, this you're watching is a 4-day competition. This match is the last in the first round. It's 16 players in the men's event, and they are all racing to 11. So this one is by no means a final. The match between Caesar and Glorious, which Caesar won, only took Caesar to the quarterfinals. He will be taking on Moses Omara tomorrow, the guy who beat Moses Mafia. Other matches happening will be Rukia Nega and Anka Sheila. That is ladies category. Ladies are already in semi-finals. They'll be playing semi-finals tomorrow. Then men will be playing quarter-finals only. And then Friday, the tournament shall be ending with the men's semis, men's third place match, and ladies final and men's final. Once again, this match is live on 2 platforms, a Facebook stream on Big Money Billiards Uganda chapter and a YouTube stream on Peter Chowe Live. A very new Facebook platform which I really urge that you follow. It is a new streaming platform I'm using because my original Facebook page was restricted from any admin rights from myself because of music copyright restrictions. Thank God we have this YouTube channel which we're using, which, yes, pretty much does the job. Hello? One.
Everybody, just sit. Thank you so much. I like your style.
And please don't forget to like the stream, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Liking a video only helps the video to get recommended by either Facebook or YouTube or whichever it may be, TikTok, to other viewers like yourself. Then the spot spreads like a wildfire. The only thing that you can do to help the streamer himself, if you're watching on YouTube, is to watch those ads that play before the video is played. most especially live or not. The little magician is seemingly winning a 10th here. He's one big shot away. I believe he'll be starting with that yellow ball, which is on the extreme right, because potting it to the corner pocket on the right naturally opens up the other yellow, which is touching the red, just like that. I want to think that for this one, he could be home and dry. He is more worried now about the position of the black than those two yellow balls, because he could play one of them and he could put one of the yellows with the one by connection, the one which is packed at the corner pocket on the bottom left of your viewing area. But it's not an obvious shot because it's not directly packed in the pocket. Needs a little bit of imagination and calculation. Someone is asking when Chandiga is touring South Africa. I don't know when Caesar will tour South Africa, but I think he will be part of the Uganda team that will play in the All Africa Championships in Johannesburg in October. Then he will be in South Africa. Use him the way you want when he comes. But what a memorable tour he did have in South Africa in 2023. Again, during the Holy Cup Championships in Johannesburg, he did not do so well in the official tournament, but in many matches, man, he beat everybody that was there to be beaten. All of them South Africans and one Tanzanian. And then he returned to South Africa last year for another tour. In that one, he won some matches but lost twice against Jerry. And seemingly, Ibrahim Kayanja is losing twice in consecutive turns against Ibrahim Sejjemba, because frame number 18 is going the way of the killer. The guy who won this competition in 2023 wants to reclaim it in 2025 because now he leads 10-8. 3 frames to go. Ibrahim Kayanja needs to win them all, or else his tournament comes to an immediate end. 10-8, Ibrahim Sejjemba up. We are pretty much in on 1,000 people watching this match live, combined on Facebook and YouTube respectively. Thank you, Africa. And Prince Momo, you are thanking me for telling you that Caesar will be in South Africa in October. I don't think Eden is waiting for Caesar that much, by the way. I did get a chance to chat with Eden right after losing against Caesar in Zambia late last year. I asked him how many times has Caesar beaten you in a row. He said, I don't know. I've lost count. You know what? But he was saying it in a joking way. And yeah, my good friend Eden could be watching or may get to watch this match later on. Legend of African pool, 2-time winner of the All Africa Pool Championships, back to back, and record international competition winner in the history of African pool. But he has got a big stone in his foot, a stone called Caesar. If this frame is won by Ibrahim Sejjemba, the match comes to an end. If it is won by Ibrahim Kayanja, then the same Kayanja will be trying to equalize in the would-be following frame. This one is a tricky looking one. Sejjemba playing yellows, none of them is easily portable. The reds are not all that badly placed. And Ibrahim Kayanja is a classy player, could decide to go for the frame if given a chance to play. But first has to be given a chance to play. What is Sejjemba here doing? Maybe safety here, maybe trying to put to the corner pocket on the bottom left. Could be on target here, not really. The chance has come for the real machine at least to play, Ivan Oketa, thank you for watching. Another weak player on the stream, on the YouTube stream. I can't imagine that the real machine became that complacent, played that carelessly, well knowing that if he loses this frame, the match is lost by him. Thank you, Moshavitz, watching from Rwanda. Jackson Edau, you think Ibrahim Kayanja will win 11-10? Now you know how wrong you are. Jack Edau is a staunch Caesar fan. You probably want Sejjemba out. He is saying no. He has one problem, yellow ball, the one that is almost touching the red, close to a red and close to a black. If he can find a way of opening that one, I believe he will be home and dry. If he doesn't, he may have to wait. It is a foul. Ibrahim Sejjemba fouls. He mistakenly kisses one of the reds, the one near the center pocket on the right, with his hand. What a chance, what a stroke of luck to Ibrahim Kayanja. He needs to calm down. A chance has come. It is a very important frame. It could be a very critical time. It could be the turning point of the match itself. The white ball he is having may be enough to put that red ball near the white to the corner pocket closest to the bottom of your screen on the right, and it moves naturally backwards. He's choosing to start with a different ball. Let's see where this one goes. He has to be on target. No room for error. Indeed, no error. He has one problem, red. The red ball near the black ball, also near the yellow ball. His white is not sufficient enough to put it. He needs to find white for it again, drawing the white ball backwards near the middle point of the table. It is probably a miscue and a misplaced shot. Pressure, nerves at the wrong end of the match. It's always a beautiful thing streaming a match to more than 1,000 people watching live. Yes, we are now more than 1,000 watching this last match of the first round combined on Facebook and YouTube. Once again, thank you, Africa. You always keep me inspired and motivated to keep streaming these videos. After all, why would I waste time streaming when there is nobody streamed to watch? You are the reason why I keep pushing. You are the reason why I'll be at the venue very early tomorrow morning. The real machine having another chance. Look at the position of the red in between two yellows and the black. Maybe he has white ball for it. The other red near the center pocket on the left is there for the taking. Is there passage of the red to the center pocket on the right? Yes, there is. I think he's okay. Now on the black, to come within one of his namesakes, Sejjemba Ibra, to put Ibra under pressure to make it realistic that he could win this one and steal it away. Ibrahim Kayanja 9, Ibrahim Sejjemba 10. 1 minute timeout for the real machine. Now we have a foul on the break. We have a scratch on the break. We have an unfortunate point from Ibrahim Sejjemba. I don't know what BK Forex Bureau is thinking about this one. Maybe this match could head to a decider. If Ibrahim Kayanja can find a way of finishing this one, if he can take advantage, full advantage of this scratch, he could lead us home to a decider. And I was just saying the match between Odong and Kasos Joseph was the closest of the match, but the fact that this one is the biggest match of the first round, maybe it gets even higher than the match between Kasos and Odong. The table is still open. Blackboard rules: when the table is open after the first shot, which is a free shot, it remains an open table. He first has to put, I know he's contemplating playing the yellows. He has to find a way to put a ball, at least a yellow ball. He could do something crazy here. You know, sometimes he also doesn't run short of amusement, sometimes in a good way, sometimes in another not so good way. But such a joy to watch in general speaking terms. He's using red to close the table, playing yellows. Yes, he does. So when the table is open as a player, you're free to play red and put yellow. Instead, he's playing yellows. He has a closed table. The only yellow ball he can play with is the one closest to the white. He will be playing it to the corner pocket on the bottom right. White ball will move probably the whole length of the table towards the top end. Just like that, he will not be on target. However, I don't think he will be so unhappy with himself because of the fact that he has not given the white ball away so cheaply. Also because of the fact that he has used that corner pocket to be occupied by his own yellow in full. And Sansta Nachibote is making fun of Sejjemba Ibra, asking how can you scratch on the break? I know you have a player too, Sansta, and you have scratched on the break 100 times in the last 1 month. That is the noise of Robert Tomusime, a pool player with Roxbury Pool Club, who is a very fond friend and fan of Ibrahim Sejjemba, very loyal supporter of both Ibra and of Roxbury. And he is indeed donning the Roxbury t-shirt, something which he was awarded for by his management late last year. But look at what is happening early this year. A little bit of magic by the real magician. The little magician, sorry. Trying to punish Ibrahim Kayanja for pretty much no offense made. Not a very finishable frame. But he still can. He normally knows one way how to play Ibra, by the way. Some of you like to make fun of him because of sometimes how much time he takes in between shots, but boy, he's a pretty decent attack-minded player. And one of the most difficult players to beat when his game is on. Will he open up the black ball? Look at the movement of the white ball. The opening is not really on. White ball is still spinning on its axis as I speak. It now stops. I'm not so sure that he can see, if I can use that language, if the white ball can pass in between yellow and black to try and put the single bad red ball he's having on the table. Probably it can pass. Whether or not he can put, I don't know. Whether or not it's the ball he will play, I don't know. Of course, he's deciding to change his mind He's thinking that playing that dead ball is rather too risky, but as he plays, it will still be the ball he will be having in his mind. Second trial to play an opening shot. Will he open up this time? Look at the white ball. Wow. Beautiful opening. One of the times when the player on table has inspired a lot of noise from the fans, like you can hear in the background. Ibrahim Sejjemba seemingly about to make Team Manimede happy, Team Roxbury happy, Team Chiwanga happy, but only if he can win this frame somehow. Still, of course, not very easy because of one of the reds. It is open, but not fully open. Still embedded in the jaws of Kayanja Ibra, but this guy is still able. What he's contemplating, I think, is to have a simple and a very slow cut of the red near the center pocket on the right, white ball moving a little bit towards the top end of the table. He will still have full sight of the last red, and then white ball could naturally open the black in that same move. Now this is the moment of the match. A cut on the red ball to the corner pocket on the bottom left naturally opens up the black. If you can put the black, your guess is if you can put the red, your guess is as good as mine as where the black ball ends up. And I know he has to go for the power. For power, it has to be a hard shot for black ball to move off 2 or 3 cushions. He also needs a little bit of luck in the resting position of the white ball. Not an easy shot, but also not an easy player. Sejjemba Ibra is, and sometimes it's called the commentator's curse. He's not very lucky with the final positioning of the white ball in relation to the black. The most realistic shot, maybe the only realistic shot, is a bank shot. Double off the cushion on the right to the center pocket on the left. And even when we are in a side, Gifting Obeni is finding a way to be watching only the waitress. Gifting Obeni, God is watching you. This is the moment either to take Ibrahim Sejjemba to the quarterfinals or to have Ibrahim Kayanja with a new lease of life in the match and in the tournament. Will he be on target? He will not. The real machine can breathe again. He needs to put a ball. I'm not so sure he can easily. Maybe the only portable ball with ease is the one which is packed at that corner pocket on the bottom right. And it has to be a direct shot. He puts by connection and opens up 2 other yellows. It's becoming now realistic. He could finish this frame. Is big moments, and these are big boys. That was risky, a risk that has paid off. And I want to think that Ibrahim Sejjemba knows that most likely than not, this match is ending in a decider now. Backspin, check. Simply needs support, a little bit of backspin off the cushion, white ball bouncing off and moving towards around mid of the table. Check. Simply rolling that yellow ball to the corner pocket. Again, white ball bouncing off the cushion. He needs white for the black to the center pocket on the right. Decent, accurate, beautiful, lovely. It had too much spin. He made it look more difficult than it actually was. That won't matter. The spin doctor, as Caesar calls him, by the way, is on 10 and the killer is on 10. We have a decider. Hi. A viewer called Gift wants you to say hi to him. Just say hi.
Okay, hi.
Hi. He's not hearing. Say hi, Gift.
Hi, Gift.
So Gift she has said hi to you. Yeah. Back to serious stuff. Leave the Gift in Gobeni alone. He's focusing on the waitress's fair break by Ibrahim Kayanja. He gets to put one red ball, leaves the yellow balls positioned clearly better than the reds. Will want to close the table playing the yellows. 10-10. Decider. We'll need this one to be maybe the most inspired comeback of the competition so far, maybe after the one of Kenneth Odong versus Joseph Kasozi. He's closing the table and opening up the yellows even more. Ibrahim Sejjemba can only wait and watch and pray that something goes wrong with Kayanja's attacking play. The guy is having his pattern right. He is the form player of the two. He has won one and lost one out of the last two that they have played against each other. He did win against Ibrahim Sejjemba in the end of year comp of the Pole Association of Uganda, and then lost by decider in the beginning of year comp of Kevi Pole Arena. Matches that were played 7 days apart in the Christmas season and in the on New Year's Day. He cannot put a ball very surely, and very obviously he's taking the big risk to start with the distant ball first, which if he misses, chance is that he loses the frame and loses the match, loses the tournament. He must put white ball is frozen against the cushion. The decision making was poor, the execution was poor. Ibrahim Kayanja is as guilty as charged. And Ibrahim Sejjemba doesn't believe his luck. Not after someone playing so well to find a way to win two straight and equalize, and then makes a very poor decision, a very risky decision, and the risk has paid off for his opponent. And against a very wrong opponent, chance for the killer to kill. Just looking at one of the yellow ball to the center, near the center pocket, where he can put it. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not so sure it has a clear passage to the corner pocket on the top left. And the other yellows, maybe if he decides to play that ball, it could be as risky as a decision the one Ibrahim Kayanja just played to allow Ibrahim Sejjemba back in the match. Should be playing a closer ball, which creates very little opportunity for error, but he's a mature guy in the brain. He's now on the go.
Showtime.
Thank you for watching, Dr. Andou. Maybe Ted suggesting you are supporting Sejjemba Ibra. Kita Mabonda, you want Ibrahim Sejjemba to lose, you're calling him the data waster. He's a funny bunny soldier. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Tanaka Mwatupa, you must be watching from somewhere in Zambia. If not, yeah, it should be Zimbabwe anyway. That one was close to being a foul. What I don't know is if the killer is to kill one red ball. He simply needs to pot a ball. The one that provides a realistic opportunity is the red on the left. Whether or not he can see it clear, I really doubt. I actually don't think. He's not done. The black is there for the taking of whoever is the first to finish their own color of balls. But they have to do it first. Pressure moment, nervy moment. It is indeed the cream de la cream, the best of Uganda, and pull some of the best players indeed on the entire continent, cancelling out each other every step of the way to the effect that only one frame has to separate them. Even the frame is failing to separate them enough. All of the experience that he has been one of Uganda's most dominant players for the last 9 years has to come to the foil in this one frame. Look at this beautiful shot. I think it was beautiful enough. His only problem is that he's facing a very skilled player who doesn't fear taking risks. He could go for combination shot here. He could try potting both red and yellow, and he can do it here. Either he fails and loses the frame, or gets it right and makes a clearance. He's deciding that even though he's a risk taker, maybe that risk is big, so big. Almost got the combination in a different way. He ends up locking up Ibra's red right behind his own yellow in the same shot. I don't think he will be so embarrassed by that one, because he has made it now difficult, if not difficult, if not impossible for Ibra to make a clearance normally. We're most afraid the guy who is making noise supporting Sejjemba is called Robert Tumusimi, player with Roxbury and a big fan of Sejjemba. And Kayanja misses again, but doesn't give the white ball cheaply. Tanaka Matupa, you think Ibrahim is causing too much pressure to you? I don't know which Ibrahim you are meaning, because it is the battle of the Ibras, this one. He will definitely be playing the only red which is clear, trying to play connection, but to put the red ball which is packed at the pocket, it has to be off the cushion and off the yellow. Off the cushion, off the yellow, perfect. Very perfect, very beautiful. And I think Ibrahim Kayanja's tournament may have come to an end. All Ibra needs to do, of course, he has full sight of the red ball to the center pocket on the right. He simply has to ensure that upon potting, he doesn't get himself snookered, and that will be it.
Work harder. Thank you, Selu. You know what we do? All of this, all, bring it all. Thank you. I understand.
Moment of the match is upon us. I actually didn't see that Ibra was having full sight of the would-be bad red. That's it for Ibrahim Kayanja. It's that moment where I think the guy is home and dry. The match is done and dusted. If he doesn't, in this one, if he fails to make a clearance, then he will have a tearful night. The end of the match is 2 shots away. One of the shots, a clear and very easy pot of a red ball. The other is black ball to any of the corner pockets, maybe the one closest to the bottom of your screen on the right. Is he doing backspin here? Has to avoid too much risk taking. Oops, that's a big surprise to me and to his opponent and to his fans and those who don't support him. I didn't see that coming, but very good on the eye. The other side of Ibra, the entertainer, wins against his namesake. Final score in the last match of the first round, which has been the biggest match of the competition, which has lived up to the bidding of its expectation. The Ibra battle. The Ibra derby has been won by the Little Magician, who qualifies for the quarterfinals to take on Bolo Simon tomorrow. Final score 11-10. Thank you for being a very lovely audience. We meet at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Ibrahim Kayanja out, Ibrahim Sejjemba through. May the Almighty God bless you, and may He rest the soul of Muhammad Lutu in eternal peace.